My house is in the hills above Trujillo. A very simple place. Pink stones that warm in the sun, a kitchen garden that smells of herbs in the day, jasmine in the evening. Through the gate is a giant poplar, figs, apples, pears, and soil, black like my wife's hair. Grapes on the south slopes, olives on the north. In a film as visual as Gladiator, there's this one moment where words alone carry the scene. Pure sensation, no spectacle. Words spoken by a soldier who yearns to be a farmer, to live with his family in the warmth of Hispania, and the little Rome created there in a place called Merida. Merida is about 2 hours north of Seville, and it was once the Roman city of Emerita Augusta, capital of the province of Lusitania. Founded in 25 BCE for legionnaires who had served their time, it was both reward and strategy, land for soldiers and a stronghold for Rome at the empire's western edge. From above, the stamp of Rome is unmistakable. The theatre and the amphitheatre, two architectures side by side, one for words and chorus, the other for sand and steel. Two forms of spectacle, two ways of gathering, both still legible in the stone. Across the city, temples rise in fragments, columns, pediments, lintels. They were once statements as much as sanctuaries, reminders that Rome, even this far west, built with certainty, ambition, passion. Standing in the amphitheatre, you get a sense of being very close to the violence of it all, and how precisely it was built to really witness battle. The amphitheatre is a fine example of Roman engineering, solid, oval, and purposeful. Built for the games, its design is flawless in function. The tiered seating, the hidden corridors, the entrances timed for maximum drama. And yet, amphitheatres like this are not unique to Merida. Spain alone has several, at Tarragona and Italica, and Italy, of course, has many more. This is not the reason people return here. The amphitheatre is impressive, but it is a familiar monument, one whose story is told elsewhere just as well. What sets Merida apart is not this arena of blood and sand, but the stage of voices and verse just beside it, the Roman theatre. It is not the amphitheatre that brings me and others back here year after year, decades now since its rediscovery. The Roman theatre of Merida is the city's great recovery from the past. For centuries it lay hidden beneath earth and rubble, known locally as Las Siete Sillas, the seven chairs, because of the tips of its highest columns that were still visible. In 1910, José Ramón Merida began to excavate it, slowly, stubbornly, against the usual obstacles: money, politics, indifference. Decades later, José Menéndez Pidal led the careful reconstruction of the stage and the theatre's face, restoring it as a civic and artistic space. I've come to Merida many times for this occasion, the midnight drama in an epic setting. It really doesn't matter how you come at it, or from which entrance you emerge, or where you sit. It is a uniquely satisfying public space. Visiting it in the course of the day is the pleasant appetizer that prepares us for the evening ahead. Before the show, a walk around town in the afternoon is always pleasant. The streets grow quieter, the light softer. Sunsets on stone walls are easy on the eye. Color rounds things off, and the roughness softens. By evening, the theatre will draw us all back in. We will arrive slowly, like tidewater, programs in hand, voices low, and a cooler air will run across the ruins. Tonight is the 71st anniversary of the Merida Classical Theatre Festival. At midnight, Luca Di Fusco from Naples will stage Oedipus Rex, a Greek tragedy performed in Italian for a Spanish audience in a Roman theatre. The layers are simple to name, but what matters is how they feel when you're there. The crowd settles. The night is cool without conditioning, just air, the way it always was. The stone of the seats still holds the last warmth of the day. The actors' voices climb into the dark. Few here speak Italian, but it doesn't matter. We're united by the space, the ritual, the pleasure of being together, and the strange familiarity of a story we already know. People say these things transport you to the past. Maybe. That line is there if you want to say it. But what remains, at least for me, is more immediate. The respectful hum before the first line, the ceremony of gathering, the tradition maintained, the epic and the ironic, the sound of words rising against stone. When it ends, we stand and leave slowly, carried out by the same air that brought us in. I don't search for a final message, and I knew the ending of the play before it began. I came only to relive the feeling of it all, not just the spectacle of it all, but the pure sensory experience of Merida.